What's up, guys? I'm back with part two of my baseball picks. I'm gonna talk to you about my picks for the playoffs. Who's gonna be in the World Series this year? As I picked back in March, I want to talk a little bit of NHL hockey and also the NBA Finals too, starting tonight. Um, my baseball picks for the playoffs in October. I picked the Giants and the Cardinals to get the first two byes. I picked the Mets to play the Dodgers in the first round, best of three, and I picked the Phillies to play the Cubs in the best of three. I picked the Giants to host the Phillies in the first NLDS series, and I picked the Cardinals to host the Mets in the second NLDS series. I picked the Yankees and the White Sox to have um, the first two byes in the American League. I picked the Astros and the Yankees. I have the Astros finishing third, and they would host the Tampa Bay Rays and Tampa Bay would be the sixth seed. I got Oakland hosting Anaheim, and out of these two series, I have the Yankees playing the Tampa Bay Rays in the ALDS, and then in the other ALDS, I have the White Sox playing the Oakland A's. Going on to the ALCS, I have the White Sox and the Yankees playing in the American League Central. In the American League Championship Series, best of seven. I got the White Sox and the Yankees. In the National League, I got the Giants and the Mets. Now, I understand that some of these teams that I picked are probably not going to make the playoffs. They're not really going to get there. Um, very disappointing seasons, as I said. Very disappointing. Um, And then I have the San Francisco Giants playing the White Sox in the World Series. I had the Giants playing the White Sox in the World Series. I had the White Sox winning the American League, and I had the Giants winning the National League. I had the Giants beating the White Sox in the World Series this year in the best of seven. Um, this was before the season. Now that the season is going on, um, I pretty much have more than likely it's probably going to be the Subway Series. It's probably going to be the Mets and the Yankees. Um, it looks like as far as my playoffs picks, every most of these teams are probably going to make it. The Yankees, the Angels, Houston. I don't think the White Sox are going to be there. I think it's going to be the Twins. Um, yeah. So I think it's going to be the Mets and the Yankees in the Subway Series as a rematch from the 2000 series, if you guys remember, between the Yankees and the Mets. Um, that's just my pick. Um, as far as the hockey playoffs go, I Tampa Bay's going to be playing. Colorado's going to be playing tonight against Edmonton, so that's going to be interesting. I have this series is going to be very interesting. I have Colorado moving on in the best of seven. I think Colorado is going to win this division. Either team can win because I think they're both equally matched, Colorado and Edmonton. I just think Colorado's just a better team over Edmonton, and I think in the Eastern Conference, I have Tampa Bay overcoming New York. Um, so I think it's going to be Tampa Bay and Colorado in the Stanley Cup Finals. Um, I kind of I actually thought this was going to happen back like in the fall, back when the season started back in October and November. I just thought Tampa Bay and especially Colorado. Colorado's a really good team. They have a really good goalie. They have really good power play, PK, and the same thing with us. We have a really good goalie in Valesky. So I think it's going to be Tampa Bay and Colorado in the Stanley Cup Finals. Um, I'll be back. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. So yeah, I think Tampa Bay and Colorado's going to be playing in the Stanley Cup Finals this year. I really like Edmonton, but I just think like Colorado, they just they just have they have a better goalie in my opinion. They have a really good power play. They have a good PK. They can defend. They're more aggressive. They can score. I just think they're more aggressive than Edmonton. I think Colorado's going to win this series. Um, I think it's probably going to go. I don't know, 6, 7 games. I think, in my opinion. Um, Moving on to the Eastern Conference. I got Tampa Bay taking out the Rangers probably in 6 games. I just think Tampa Bay they have. I think we got the better goalie, the better players, better defense. Nobody, we haven't really changed anything. We have the same players coming back for the third year in a row. That's why we're back in the Eastern Conference Finals for the third time in a row. The front office down there has really put together a championship team, and it shows. We've won. If we would win this year, it'd be 3 straight Stanley Cups, 3 straight Eastern Conference Finals. Not only 3 conference appearances, but 3 conference championships in a row. If we do it again next year, we would tie Edmonton at 4. Edmonton and I think the Islanders at 4. Um, so we'll see. Um, so yeah, I just think it's going to be Tampa Bay and Colorado. In the Stanley Cup Finals, I will give you my predictions. Um, I'll give you my predictions when we get to the Stanley Cup Finals as far as Colorado and Tampa Bay go. If we get there, but those two are my picks: Tampa Bay and Colorado. As far as the NBA Finals, it starts tonight. This series is actually going to be a fun series. I want to watch every game. I'm really excited. I can't wait. Um, I, th- I I think this is going to probably need all 7 games. I think Boston is a really good team. They can rebound, they can shoot, they can post up, they can do a lot of stuff. They can do a lot of different things as far as defensive goes and man on man defense. They could really do a lot of stuff as far. I think they can do a lot more stuff. To Curry and Draymond and Clay and and to put them in trouble, to put them in foul trouble. Um, they meaning Steph Curry and Draymond. I think they're going to be put in foul trouble. I think Boston, with having Al Horford, Marcus Smart, and then having Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. I really like Boston in this series. I think Boston. This is their big. It is the big coming out party, in my opinion. This series right now is going to dictate a lot as far as Celtics go. As far as like Celtic history, this series right here, as far as the Celtics go, is going to dictate where you're going to go. As far as where you're going to go, as far as like memory, who's going to remember you? You know, t- in sports, you're going to be remembered as either a champion and a success, or a failure and shoulda, woulda, coulda. And that's just and I think the Celtics, obviously the Celtics have that, they have that, and I think there's a lot of pressure I think there's more pressure on the Celtics, honestly. Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Al Horford, Marcus Smart. Especially those 4 guys, they've been together all through this whole thing. These past couple of years, they've been together pretty much since 2017. They've been together for like the past 3 to 5 years, and this is their okay. We're gonna play now. We're gonna play, and it's there for us. It's there for us for the taking. It's right here. It's Boston. This is it. Championship number 18. This is it. You win, you get it. We're, you know, we'll be remembered forever in the banners at the Boston Garden. We're going to be remembered for championships, success. If you fail, like the Celtics of like the '90s Celtics team, like that whole decade from like the '90s all the way until say 2008 for like 18 years. they couldn't get to the conference finals, and like I understand where the Bulls had Jordan and the Bad Boys and the Pistons and um and then with the Knicks, with them having what they had, and the Magic having that one good year when they got to the finals, but it's like, they still couldn't get it done as far as free agency. They couldn't get it done as far as drafting. This is, to me, this is their door right here. And I think this year and going forward, I think this door is open right now. I think they opened it, back in 2020 when I took Miami 7 games in the bubble. Like, I think this is it. The door's still open. There's this, door, this window, whatever you want to call it, that's open for the next at least maybe 3 more years, 4 more years, for them to get maybe 1 or 2 championships and be remembered and have championship banners. They already got one. The Eastern they got one banner. They're going to be, no matter what happens, they're going to raise a banner in Boston, the 2022 Eastern Conference champions, Boston Celtics. You want to raise another banner too, and that's the championship one. 2022 NBA champions, Boston Celtics. Bird raised a couple. Bird, Kevin McHale, Rob Parrish, and those guys raised 2 or 3 of them. They didn't raise anything in the 90s. They never won a championship in the 90s. You know, uh, Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen raised one in '08. After '08, they raised one in the fall of 2008. Going into the '08-'09 season, they actually raised 3 banners, 2 straight Eastern Conference championship banners and 1 championship banner for the NBA champions. They got 3 that um Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett helped bring. So now it's your turn. As far as Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, now it's your turn to bring a championship to Boston. And it's like, this, and to me this would go down in history because you beat the Warriors. Some are saying that they're the greatest team ever assembled. And there's no argument for me. I put them up there with the Lakers. The Magic Johnson Lakers, the Jordan Bulls, the Kobe Bryant and Shaq Lakers. I mean, they're up there. They're up there with the Larry Bird Celtics. They're going to go down. This Warriors team is going to be remembered, especially to me, the big three: Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, are going to be remembered as the triplets, like Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, John Paxson, Shaq, Kobe, Lamar Odom. The Celtics had Kevin McHale, um, Danny Ainge, Larry Bird. And then you had the big three again: Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. So, there's usually 3 guys, and this is your 3 guys right here: Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart. They got 4 actually: Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Al Horford. And then you want to throw in Daniel Diaz and all that. So you got like 3 or 4 guys right now that you can go on for the next, like I said, 3 to 5 years and get maybe 2 or 3 championships. That's up to the Celtics. As far as Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum goes. And then also too, excuse me, spending money on free agency. You see what I'm saying? It's not all going to be. It's how. What are you willing to do to win a championship in Boston? And this is it. You have to beat the Warriors. You got to beat San Francisco. The Warriors ain't going anywhere anytime soon. They're going to be here for a long time. If you're if you're a Celtic fan, if you're um, a Laker fan, like I like the Lakers. You know, uh, they're going to have to, no matter who you like, you're going to have to face Warriors. Miami. You can say, well, even Miami, Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero and those guys in Miami want to win, Jimmy Butler and those guys want to bring a championship back to Miami, they're gonna have to beat San Francisco. LeBron James, and the Lakers, and those guys, out in LA, uh, uh, Russell Westbrook and those guys, they want to win. They're gonna have to go through San Francisco, Dallas. Luca, and those guys in Dallas. They're gonna have to go through San Francisco. Just like in the '90s, everybody had to go through Chicago. In the '80s, they had to go through LA and Boston. Even the Knicks had to go through Chicago. And I tell you this is I don't see Steph Curry leaving the Warriors to go play baseball like Jordan did, or Draymond leaving and going playing wide receiver for the 49ers, or Clay leaving and going playing hockey for the San Jose Sharks. That's not going to happen. We're going to play basketball. We're going to win as many championships as we can, raise as many banners, and put as many banners as we can up in San Francisco at the Chase Center out in San Francisco. That's on the water out in the bay. We're going to bring as many championships as we can here. And they already have three. Draymond, Clay, and Steph already have three championships. They win this series, they'll have four. 2 more, they tied Michael at six. The only two players on that Bulls team to have six championships is Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. That's it. You can say, well, Dennis Rodman has five. He has three with the Bulls and two with the Pistons. But Dennis Rodman didn't win all five of his rings with Chicago or all five championships with the Pistons. Isaiah Thomas, um, Dennis Rodman, uh, Bill Laimbeer, like they didn't win five rings. Magic, Magic Kareem. They didn't win five championships in LA. The, there's only two teams. Even the Shaq and Kobe Lakers didn't win five championships. They have the only team that I can think of that won five championships were the Jordan and Scottie Pippen Bulls. They won five rings. They ended up with six. That's special. I thought after Jordan won his sixth championship, I was like, okay, there's going to be no other two players in the NBA will ever win six championships together. Shaq and Kobe would have did it if Shaq wouldn't have left LA. They probably would have had five or seven, easily at least seven championships. They would have had seven. Kobe would have had seven rings. He had five. Three with Shaq. Three with Shaq, and then two by himself with Lamar Odom and oh god, the other guy out there. Comment in the video. Who was it? Kobe, Lamar Odom. His name's coming to me. He plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pau Gasol. That was it. Lamar Odom, Pau Gasol, and Kobe. Before that, it was Magic, Shaq, and it was Magic and Shaq. So, you know, Tim Duncan got five, but it was just Tim Duncan. It wasn't Tim Duncan and David Robinson. It was Tim Duncan and David Robinson got two, and then the other ones got with Tony Park, and the other three he got was with. I'm talking about Tim Duncan. The other three Tim Duncan got was uh, with Tony Parker and um, oh my God, the other guy, number 20 for the Spurs. He won the championship in '05. Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. He got two with the Admiral Dave Robinson with Duncan and Robinson. Then Duncan got three more with Ginobili and Tony Parker. David Robinson wasn't there for the last one. He was gone. He left in '02. He got his second ring after the '01-02 season. I mean, the '02-03 season. He retired in '03. You know, Jason Kidd and the New Jersey Nets didn't get any. The Knicks didn't get any with what they had. I mean, this is the only team that I can think of. And I've watched a lot of basketball, and I know there's other people that have other YouTube channels that's watched basketball longer than I've been alive. You can't name any person. Maybe Bill Russell's team. He had maybe two or three guys when Bill Russell was. I think it was Bill Russell was in Boston. I think. Um, you know, even Kareem. Kareem got two with the Milwaukee Bucks, and then he got these others with the LA Lakers. He didn't win all of his championships with Magic. Bill Russell didn't win all of his championships with the same team. Guys came and went. They were straight. This is incredible. This will probably never happen again in our lifetimes. So thank you again. I'm pulling for Boston, but my brain is Boston, but my heart is probably my heart's San Francisco. I think the Warriors are going to do it. I think they're going to get their fourth championship. So I'll be back again to preview and also look back, and give my congratulations to the Stanley Cup champions and also to the NBA Finals champions. And I will also keep you updated with baseball going forward. Thanks again for watching, and peace out.